Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called Human Shop, written by OK Struggle 7016. Cold, calculating, ruthless perfection. Put all of these together to get the Isavit Death Squads, the galaxy's most powerful mercenary soldiers from Kurkov 12, capable of killing something or someone, conquering planets and stations alike, and cause chaos with documented proof of their kill on every mission to guarantee their employers. These death squads can do all for the right price. Everything has been accounted for, Major. We just placed down our monthly deposit and have paid extra to the landlord to keep things hush on his end. Lieutenant Leshaw, second in command of the 34I platoon, walked towards her commander, Major Azael, her slit eyes locked onto the exhibit in front of her, saluting with dignity and grace. The latter removed his cloak, revealing skin that littered black inks of art, placing his beret on his head before looking back at his accomplice. "Good! Our first phase is complete. Assemble our men," he snarled, smiling from ear to ear, as his skin wrinkled along with his satisfied expression. Not long after, within the small confines of their rented space, the proud 12 members of the 34I Squadron stand in guard, their posture composed, their blank expressions alone could kill a deadly through-knock with a single gaze. In front of each soldier contains the necessary equipment vital for their mission. "Attention!" Lieutenant Alicia shouted with a boom in her voice. "Major wants all ears." "Thank you, Lieutenant. As all of you know, we have been tasked by command to initiate a Code Blue operation, which means we have targets." The Major walked out and stood right in front of his proud squad. Snapping his right fingers, the registry of his command unsealed the boxes, the vacuum seal breaking in a hissing sound, before raising his right hand in a flicked motion to let them open the boxes without any repercussions. "Within these boxes and the rest that we have stocked on private storage facility that you can find in your dossier are equipment and ingredients for our mission." He used his foot to lift the trunk open before pulling out a black and yellow pouch labeled CAF-24. "This, along with TB-21 and CSA-27, will be used to lay waste to the human population on this planet." The soldiers turned their heads around and kneeled in synchronized motion, with some pulling out a few metal containers, porcelain, and machines as their facial expressions still blank. "Each and every one of you will be assigned into teams according to the boxes. To those of you who have highly ingredients in your trunks, you are tasked with manning the kitchen and storage. You will be Team A." The Major walked around, seeing his comrades slowly and surely place their assigned tools in a neat order. "Those of you who have specialized equipment, coordinate with Team A and use these pieces of equipment to create our bioweapons. You will be Team B." He turned around once again, his back turned on his squad as he walked back to his position. "And lastly, to those of you with the porcelain and trays, you will be tasked with the most important assignment and will be Team C. Yes, you lucky bastards will be the ones who will give out these bioweapons to the humans." He smirked as he turned around once again, his tattooed skin wrinkled once again, showing off his fangs as he faced his men once more. "Command has already prepared us documents and certificates to easily disguise ourselves. We have been given 2 weeks to make sure that everything has been prepared. In those 2 weeks, we are to get this place into tip-top shape. If possible human interaction or accidents, refer to your dossier. Am I understood?" "Sir, yes, sir." Every soldier stood. Major's spine stood on edge with pleasure and satisfaction reddish within him. "All right, dismissed. Start on working immediately."
"Can I have a triple shot of the Battle Buster in a 22-ounce cup? Am I saying that right? With less sugar. I don't want my daughter here to go on a sugar high."
The eyes of every Isavit opened wide when they all heard the human's words. This was supposed to be their first victim, the first kill of their operation. To think this human asked for triple the dose of their TB-21 is insane. to a youngling, even. They have seen how the bioweapon works. Just even a few grams of TB-21 can liquefy a Yol High warrior's insides in a matter of seconds.
Ma'am, are you sure you would like anything else? Major Azil
held onto his data board, his hands gripped tightly on the center desk as he looked back at the human and her spawn, though kept composed with a smile on his face. Deep down, he was shaking like a little kid. What followed shook him to the core. Oh, why the hell not? I would also like your White Death and 2 pieces of your Relka. They do look good. The Major swore that he could drop his legs right then and there. How could the human smile in front of him while asking for a cup of CAF 22 laced with CSC 27 and 2 pieces of pastry filled to the brim with concentrated TB 21?
Sure, we'll have it right with your preferred table of choice, but we do recommend sitting on the leather couches for your youngling.
He smiled once again, showing his fangs. His wrinkled skin moved lightly, causing the child to laugh with pleasure.
Thank you, young gentle being.
The moment the human and a youngling sat down on one of the 5 leather couches to wait for their order, the Major turned and walked towards the kitchen with Lieutenant Alicia following suit. The moment the doors closed to seal the gap between them and the humans, his composure cracked.
Of all the cycles that I served in the Esevit army, this has to be the most inconceivable thing that I have ever witnessed.
The Major turned around to look at his second-in-command, who in turn got shaken and stopped in her tracks. Sir, with everything the human has ordered, at least they are going to give us a good show. We have our cleaning crew on standby when it happens. She had gone back to her stoic expression, though her get-up as a service crew that she had researched on the GalaxyNet beforehand did little to no favor in keeping her aura less gloomy. The Major, on the other hand, went silent. Should we let someone from Team C give the order? She asked again, causing the Major to snap out of his fantasy before coming back down, shaking his head and his ears raising up again.
No, ready as match, Lieutenant, and the data recorder,
he replied with a low voice, a growl in his throat as he grabbed the rubberized gloves from his pocket. With the uniform change and the order ready a few moments later, they slowly walked towards the human with pride in their stride. Each step echoed throughout the room, their faces blank through it all as they were ready to initiate their first kill, their first slay before the rest.
1 White Death, 1 Bulkbuster with less sugar, and 2 Relka with extra cream on the house.
The Major smiled once more with the tray of their order placed on the table in front of their prey. What's this suit? Asked the human while the human child stared in awe at their costumes before staring back at the Relka that glistened against the bright light of their establishment.
This is our standard procedure, ma'am. Our meals and drinks served at this establishment are simply to die for. Hence, this get-up.
He chuckled before removing each item from the service plate and handing over the white mug containing their hot CAF-24, laced with CSC-27 to the human, the iced-cold TB-21 to the youngling, and the concentrated TB-21 pastry right between them both. Wow, this looks great. Say thank you to the kind man, baby. The human smiled once more, her head looking down towards the child before nudging her spawn to say grace.
Thank you, Mr. Catman.
The spawn smiled as she showed her teeth, although missing one of the upper lateral incisors. The Major and his second-in-command swore that they could have seen the spawn spewing a rainbow in their smile.
Why, thank you, little one. Now, before you two dig in, we would like to have a photograph taken of the both of you for posterity.
The Major chuckled before nudging the Lieutenant Alicia to come closer with the data recorder. The human laughed in turn before raising her hands to grab Esevit down to her level gently. Only if you join us. We didn't know that we were your first customers. With a boom of a voice, she scooted closer to the wall beside her to make room for the Major.
I don't think that's necessary, ma'am.
I insist. The human interjected the Major's words before the latter admitted defeat. Oh well, at least the Major could brag about his first human kill. He removed his hazmat helmet before bending his knees slightly to stand on their level while looking towards his lieutenant, who was holding the data recorder right in front of him and the humans beside him. Okay, ready, say Esevit, she chuckled. waiting for their prey and the Major to respond. Her uniform slightly crinkled as she bent her back slightly to take the photo perfectly.
That's it.
And with that, a bright flash of light shines on the humans and her Major, taking the first photo of 34I Platoon's kill. In Oxreliv 114, home of the 80 billion lifeforms with a human demographic of around 13.7 billion and counting, full of life and happiness, lies a cafe catering only for humans in the capital. This cafe, once a small business located in a tiny corner of the hustle and bustle of the city, now caters to almost 400 million human customers per day, with the help of their 200,000 store branches spread all over and rising. There are even talks of going galactic, ready to tackle new heights and new opportunities to spread their products that humans say are to die for throughout the rest of the humans in the known universe. With the help of their chairman and CEO, Aziel, along with his COO, Alicia, once proud members of the 34I Esivit Death Squad platoon, now leading the multinational company with a net profit of 8.4 trillion credits annually and rising, soon to be the multi-galactic company proudly named Esivit Cafe of Sin, with the slogan, "It's simply to die for." With every single staff member of their company being a former Esivit Death Squad soldier, with the exception of their taste testers. They use perfected, calculated, ruthless methods to chemically engineer their caffeine, chocolate, and chili products to sell with their help of their powerful, cold-hearted expressions of their staff towards the human demographic. Here we have a few reviews and ratings of their service and products taken from the human customers. The cafe is so war-eccentric, especially their products. I would love to eat their famous Relka again, 9.5 out of 10. Their White Death tastes so good. I love how the spiciness hits my throat the moment I drink it, 9.8 out of 10. Dude, cats serving coffee. Such cuteness of their anger, such love, 9.4 out of 10. I recommend purchasing the Battle Busters, taken in this order, black, red, white, pink, and black again, for the maximum experience, 9.6 out of 10. Got a commemorative scratch from my jacket, so cool, 9.7 out of 10. The server of my table let my children pet his head when they took their hazmats off. Not gonna lie, I got to touch the ears too, 9.7 out of 10. They served me a free slice on my birthday, lucky me, 10 out of 10. Each photo that every cafe takes for their humans is considered as their kill, such as birthdays, contests, being the first customer to purchase, and so on, placed on their walls that look similar to the Esivit kill board, to commemorate their achievements. A memory, if one insists. There are still Esivit Death Squad still roaming the galaxy, terrorizing everyone in their path. But one thing is for sure. For the Esivits to get a good paying job and a cushy retirement by the time they are 60, all they have to do is open up a human shop. And the Esivit Cafe of Sin will always be there to help them. End of story. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters. Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Draxzoon WRE, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, John Carrington, and Severin Cerberus. Thank you very much.